Tomorrow is my entrance exam, I thought. Maybe coming to this school won't be so bad. After my first encounter with the school's host club, I started to daydream about that dreamy Tamaki Suo. However, I was too distracted to pay attention to what was in front, and thus I bumped into a girl that was a little bit taller than me. "Hey, watch where you're going," said Kiyoshimuzu, whispering,
"Pipsqueak,"
at the end of her sentence. "I'm sorry, my apologies," I said. Said Kiyo, turning her head and walking away in a snobbish manner. What's her problem, I thought, and did I hear her call me a pipsqueak? I refocused on touring the school grounds. Are all the girls rich and snobby like that here? I certainly don't want to get on her bad side, I thought. Chimes rang throughout the building. Oh, that must mean the school day is over? I said. I saw a couple of students leaving with their belongings. One of the students that had left was Tamaki. Tamaki, I said, beginning to space out again. Then I realized, who am I kidding? I can't compete with any of these girls. Even if I do pass my entrance exam, I'm still going to be the shortest student in my class. My cell phone rings. I checked to see who it was. On the screen it displayed Mom. Despite my mother always checking on me every 2 hours, I did not want to answer it. Sadly, I had to answer the call. "Hello, Mother," I said, sarcastically.
"Yuri? I expected you home an hour ago. Where are you?"
said Mother. "You worry about me too much," I replied.
"You're my only daughter, and I want what's best for you,"
said my mother.
"Including your safety."
"Whatever, Mother. I will be home soon. I was just having my own private peek at the school," I said, scoffing.
"Okay, see you when you get here,"
said my mother.
"Toodles." "Oh, and your father wants to speak with you once you've arrived home."
I hate when she says toodles. The only time she ever says it is when she's drunk, I thought. Father wants to speak with me. Uh-oh, this can't be good. TTYL, I said to my mother. I ended the call. "Geez, overprotective much?" I said. Every stinking time. Tamaki walks to his limo and his driver opens the door. I so want to be his, so badly, I thought, daydreaming, then quickly snapped out of it. No, don't ever think that way, it's creepy. I sighed and then walked toward the limo my father had sent to pick me up.
"Young miss?"
said the limo driver, opening the passenger side door. I climbed in and the driver shut the car door. Now I know. I have to pass my entrance exam. I just gotta. That way I can see Tamaki again, I thought. As the driver was driving through the streets, my mind started to wander. Wonder what father wants to talk to me about, I said to myself. Hope nothing too boring. His lectures lately have been droll and long, like they always were. The driver was listening into my conversation without saying a word. We entered the driveway of the mansion. The driver got out and opened the car door for me. Home sweet home, I said, walking up to the entrance of my parents' mansion, and the butler answered the door.
"Welcome home, Miss Yuri. May I take your coat?"
asked the butler.
"How was your outing?"
Eventful, I replied to our butler Jeeves in a happy tone of voice, sliding off my coat. Is father home?
"Yes, he is currently in his office,"
said Jeeves. Thanks, I said, rushing off to see my father. I found my father's office and knocked on the door.
"Come in,"
said father. I put my hand on the doorknob as thoughts flew through my mind as I turned it. Walking in, my father noticed me as I entered the room.
"Ah, Yuri.
Said father, acknowledging me.
Come, sit. I have something I need to discuss with you."
I gulped at the thought, closed the door, and walked over and sat in a chair that was placed in front of this mahogany-style desk. What is it that you wanted to talk to me about, father? I said with a cheerful smile. He was silent for a moment, and then he spoke in a serious tone.
"Yuri, tomorrow is your entrance exam. I want to know if you are prepared, for it is important. This exam, should you pass, will be proof to me that you have what it takes to be in high school,"
said Father. I hesitated a bit. Tell me about it. I'm nervous already, and it's a night before the exam, I thought. Lying to my dad, I said, "Yes, I am totally prepared. This exam will be a piece of cake." He looked at me like I was lying to him, which I actually was.
"Good. That's what I like to hear,"
said Father.
"By the way, did you happen to walk past your mother at some point?"
No. Why? I replied.
"She's been drinking too much red wine lately. Best keep your distance from her for a while,"
said Father. Figures as much, I thought. Was that all you want to speak to me about? He paused, then asked me,
"One other thing. Did you come across the school's host club? There's a fellow that goes by the name Kyoya Otori."
I paused as well before answering, knowing of what his question might entail. I did, I replied.
"Splendid. I had a very opportune moment to meet his father at one of my business meetings along my travels. And he mentioned about his younger son, Kyoya, being part of some elegant club of some sorts."
Having the name Host Club mentioned got me a little flustered. I started to get all red in the face.
"You're turning red. Are you feeling all right?"
said Father as he felt my forehead. I said, delaying my answer even more.
"Well, you don't feel hot."
No, really, I am fine, I said.
"All right.
Replied Father, thinking if I was telling the truth or not.
Now, I suggest you go to bed early."
Yes, Father, I said. He gets up, hugs me, and kissed me on the forehead.
"You're my precious little girl, blooming like a beautiful rose right before my eyes,"
said Father, complimenting. Stop it, you're making me blush, I said to my dad. He chuckled happily.
"Go on now. Get a bite to eat, then head off to bed. And don't stay up late."
I chuckled playfully back. I love you, Daddy, I said.
"Love you too, my lotus blossom."
He gave me one last kiss on the forehead and motioned me out of his office. I placed my hand back on the doorknob, turning it, and walked out. No sooner as I exited the room, I heard Mother yelling gibberish from the kitchen. Even though he told me to keep clear of her while she's drunk. Maybe I'll have our butler bring up a food tray to my room instead. After all, that's what being wealthy is about. Ugh, jeez, now I'm starting to sound like my mother. I summoned for Jeeves. "Jeeves," I said, demanding. He came to my call.
"Yes, Miss Yuri?"
said Jeeves. "Have the cook whip up a small meal for me and bring it up to my room. I'll be eating in there tonight," I said.
"Very well, Miss Yuri. I shall bring it to you when it's ready. Would there be any particular meal you would prefer?"
I can go for something beefy. A small 8-ounce steak, medium rare, with some mashed potatoes, also with some mixed vegetables," I said.
"I shall speak to the cook about your meal order, miss. Would you like me to do anything else for you?"
"No, that will be all for now. Thank you," I said.
"My pleasure, young miss."
I walk up the grand steps toward my bedroom door, letting out a tired yawn, then plopping down on my comfortable bed in a happy, spaced-out expression. Meeting the host club was the highlight of my day, I thought, especially introducing myself to Tamaki Suo. Something about him just makes me feel all warm inside when I'm in his presence. Could it be I'm falling for him? Nah, it can't be. I mean, he's the host king. Of course he'll be the most popular. A blush now flushed across my cheeks at the thought of him. Jeeves finally brought up the meal that I requested.
"Here you are, miss. Your meal, as you requested."
"Thank you, Jeeves," I said. "Just set it on my desk." Jeeves set down the tray of food on my desk. "You may leave now," I said to Jeeves. Jeeves bowed slightly and left my room. As I slid off my bed and over to my desk, I nibbled on dinner and thought about today's encounter with Tamaki. "I'll have you in my dreams tonight, my sweet prince," I thought.